Outlaws is the new comedy currently streaming on Netflix that stars Pierce Brosnan, Nina Dobrev, Ellen Barkin, Adam Devine. It also stars Richard Kind, Poorna Jagannathan, and Lil Rel Howery. Now, this film was produced by Adam Sandler, and to my mind, he likely received this script during the pandemic and he tossed it in his reject pile. And then either he lost a bet or he felt charitable and decided to not star in it, but produce it. Here's the thing. Now, I know comedy is subjective, and I am easily entertained at times. At times, I'm easily entertained. I like witty comedy like Seinfeld, Veep, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. And Everybody Hates Chris. I like witty comedy. And I like comedy that is nostalgic. But slapstick these days, I also like slapstick comedy, but the genius kind, like Lucille Ball and Carol Burnett and Three's Company and Laverne and Shirley. I like the witty section of slapstick. This slapstick, the goofy corner of slapstick, I don't like. And so I should have known that this wasn't going to be my cup of tea. And even with Adam Sandler, who is probably the last comedian who has been able to get away with slapstick since, you know, the Steve Martins and, you know, since the previous generation of SNL before his generation. Some Adam Sandler comedy I like. The problem I have with the casting choice of casting Adam Devine in what was probably targeting not only Adam Sandler to star in this, because I'm sure this was written with Adam Sandler in mind, but also targeting his loyal audience, because I just don't think that Adam Sandler's loyal audience is a given for anyone else. I don't think that anybody else can get away with Adam Sandler's version of slapstick. No, he's the last one to get away with slapstick. No one else has been able to captivate audiences the way he has since him. But before him, obviously, like I said, Carol Burnett and Lucille Ball and so forth. The geniuses of slapstick. The legends of slapstick. So I just think that Adam Devine is miscast here. Because I think what he was trying to do is inhabit Adam Sandler's comedic timing, and it didn't work. It came off as goofy, and I was really uncomfortable watching it. It just wasn't funny. Now, the idea is not necessarily original, but I think with the right casting, this could have worked. Because he's this unassuming bank manager who is meeting his soon-to-be in-laws for the first time, who happen to be bank robbers, legendary bank robbers, who owe a debt to their old partner. They owe $50 million to. They have to have this money in a certain time before the wedding or the bride is dead. Okay. Not the most original idea. It's been done before, sure, but they had pieces that could have made even this dated material work because you have Pierce Brosnan. You're going to win with Pierce Brosnan because he's played James Bond. He's played in comedies, but you're going to laugh at his jokes because he's also a thespian. He's a not serious actor. I won't say that because comedians are too. But he is this thespian. Okay. Pierce Brosnan is going to work. Ellen Barkin, also a thespian who has, she's done all sorts of genres and done it exceptionally well, obviously. So making them the in-laws works. But trying to capture or capitalize on these loyal Adam Sandler fans with Adam Devine fails miserably. Speaking of which, I feel the same way about Lil Rel Howery. They're putting him in everything, but I feel like he has that sort of awkwardness about his comedy too, and he's being typecast. I hope he knows that. I'm noticing that he's being typecast, that he's always playing the comic relief sidekick, but the problem with it is that it's the same recycled jokes. The words are different, but the tone of the joke is the same over and over and over again, to the point that it feels like a shtick. Now, did I laugh? I did laugh. There is a high-speed chase at a cemetery. I cackled. I will admit, it caught me off guard. I did laugh at that. But Adam Devine's jokes were not landing for me. And I know that this is the #1 movie on Netflix right now. Perfect streaming movie, obviously, for a weekend, after a big holiday. Okay. So I'm sure everybody's throwing it on. But man, I just kept thinking, he's trying to pull off the Adam Sandler bit, and it's not working. It's actually coming off as a bit. He is begging for the joke. That is the worst thing you can do, is beg for the joke. It doesn't land for me. It has to. I wish he understood the element he was in and just let the joke fly instead of begging for it. Oh, it's so uncomfortable to hear comedians begging for the joke. Julie Haggerty and Richard Kind, they get away with their shtick too. I think their jokes land. They have this innocence behind their jokes and they seem very familial. So I think they get away with this. And again, I think Pierce Brosnan and Ellen Barkin, because we've seen their range, and they've been in more serious films than they have been in comedies, I think they get away with this sort of bullying power dynamic, this power couple that has been getting away with robbing banks for many years and evading the FBI agents. But it's just not rooted in any realism. It wasn't written, I think, with the audience in mind. I think it was written to be sold. I don't think it was written to really show appreciation for an audience that will watch this, especially an audience that a loyal audience of Adam Sandler's and Happy Madison. I don't think that the audience was in mind when this was written. That's just my opinion. Listen, it's on Netflix. It's easily accessible. We didn't have to go to the theater to watch it. I laughed at the cemetery scene. It was funny to me, but the rest of it was just shticky, and I just yearned for something funnier. I yearned for something more. And again, Adam Devine, bless his heart, but I just think this might have worked They might have pulled this off if it were someone else in that role, or if he didn't try so hard for the laugh. If he didn't overwork for the laugh and overcompensate, maybe it would have worked. But then you have the script, so there's that. I don't know. Like I said, it's on Netflix. You can throw it on and see if you like it. But for me, it just felt like too much work. I'm just sitting there like, at any rate, it's easily accessible. We didn't have to go to the theater to see this film. It's on Netflix. Throw it on.